welcome back to another gym vlog. We are doing a lower body day, starting off with some leg extensions. So today I just want to work on some accessory movements. Since I've been doing some leg days at home, I want to work on my quads a little bit more. So we're starting with the leg extensions. A little bit of a drop set is what we're doing today with most of these movements, because I want to make sure that my lower body gets some equal attention, since my upper body usually dominates and overtakes what my lower body would do. So I want to make sure that I am properly working out the lower body. So trying to practice again the full range of motion correctly, but still getting strong on that. The leg extensions, I love this exercise. I love this machine because it helps you to develop some strong, thick quads. It helps you with some explosive movement. It just has a lot of carryover with everything that we do, since even the leg pressing movements include some quad muscle development. So 2 sets of drop sets here, just to make sure we get the extra fatigue and try to empty out the clip. And then we're doing the pronated leg curl here. So basically lying down flat, and you gotta hold that pad towards your glutes. Hold it for 1 second and slowly releasing it back on the way down. So slow and controlled is the way we do this. Honestly, I didn't like this machine too much. It felt a little bit strange on my kneecaps. So I won't be doing this too much, and luckily we didn't do it heavy. However, it was heavy enough to feel the strain, to feel like the fatigue here. So just 2 regular sets for this leg curl on my belly side. So this would still work out the hamstrings and the calves. So we didn't do Romanian deadlifts. So I'm doing this, and I'm doing the leg curl seated. So again, you want to have this where you're holding the top of your butt and then slowly releasing it back on the way down. Then with the leg curl, this felt much more natural, much more smooth. I'm trying to be mindful that I do not get hurt. So if I realize that with any machine, I feel something like wrong, intuitively I know that either drop the weight or just not use that machine at all. You know, you got to use your best judgment here when you're doing your exercises, so that way you do not get hurt. And then in the same clip here, we're just decreasing the weight, making sure that we're doing this nice, slow and controlled, to make sure that you're getting everything fully developed for the lower body. If you're rushing out too fast and banging out the reps incorrectly, even with heavy weight, you're not really doing much stimulus to promote muscle growth. So slow and controlled is the way I like to do it. Holding that pause there and that stretch for 1 second, and then slowly releasing back on the way up. Forcing myself to complete those last reps. Trying to empty out the tank, leaving nothing in reserve, since we're safe here on the machine. I know people like to leave 1 or 2 reps, but for me personally, since we all have different bodies, I like to empty out the last few reps of my energy, since it's basically 2 sets. There's not much to it. You decrease the weight and then just letting it go. Then we're doing some calf extensions here. I'm adding 10 pounds extra because, of course, we want to progressively overload, increase the weight here, but still being correct on that form. Practicing the full range of motion here. So that top stretch, the bottom stretch is very important when you're doing your standing calf extensions. And most recently, when I examine my calves, they're getting thicker, getting stronger. I see them getting more shapely. So for summertime ready, when we get our shorts going on, they're going to pop out more. It's going to be more aesthetic, more strong, since they're the most toughest group for me to develop. And then here, after we did 2 sets of 55 pounds on each side, I'm just doing 1 extra set just in case, to get the extra calf muscle development going. Then we are going to do some shrugs. So again, remember, we didn't do Romanian deadlift, but I still do my shrugs on lower body day, essentially because the convenience here, they don't have much equipment that's, available, like an actual heavy Smith machine or like a barbell upstairs. So right here they have the barbell in the first floor, but they also have this Romanian deadlift machine. Very convenient to get some strong shrugs, some traps here going. So 2 sets of drop sets is what we did. I was already fatigued in the first set doing heavy, so decreasing the weight doesn't matter as long as my form does not break. And just holding that top stretch. So some people like to do it fast and heavy. I like to do it nice and controlled, since for me that's how I see the muscle growth for the traps. Then we're going with these leg abductors here again. Today's main focus is for the quads, the quadriceps. So this version, you're developing the outer thigh muscles, the outer quad muscles. So slow and controlled is what we do, and then you're going to decrease the weight here on the second clip. So I'm just trying to figure out the way I'm doing this correctly here. Going slow and controlled, holding that pause at the top stretch. Definitely help you feel it a lot on the outer thighs, and it's really good. I like this machine a lot, especially with how it angles out. Even though it's kept at 45 degrees, it pretty much angles out in the extension part, so it's pretty good. I like this machine a lot. Definitely recommend you guys to add this to your lower body day routine, the 2 versions of the leg abductors. So after we're doing our sets and reps here, so 2 sets of the drop sets, we're going to move on to the other leg abductors where you're putting legs inward. So this is to focus on the quadriceps, but on the inner thigh muscles. So that way you get the whole 3D look, showing in the whole thing. So yes, the leg extension does work out the quads, but just getting that extra concentration, extra focus on the outer and inner thighs is going to make your quads pop out more. This is also good, just to practice the range of motion for mobility purposes as well. You want to get strong as a person, as a human, in all aspects of life, right? I feel like mobility is also quite important, so that way you don't injure yourself when you move a certain way, or you don't get, cramps, just for overall long-term health. So right here, this is like the second set that we're doing, and then we have done our second working set and then doing a jump set, holding that top stretch here. Feel it a lot on your inner thigh muscles. So after this, we are going to do some tibial raises. So this first clip will show you exactly what it's about. So again, the front or the upper half of your feet are basically pushing upwards. So this is like the reverse calf extension, if you will. And the reason, again, is because you want to strengthen those areas around the ankles, prevents you from getting injured, helps you long term with getting those muscle development around the shin area. So this is to make sure that we have some strong ankles, some strong, being protecting your shins as well. Then we have increased the weight. So the barbell itself is 45, and then 10 and 10 on each side would make it 65 pounds. And then again, holding that top stretch, you're gonna feel it a lot around the ankle muscles, the shin area. It's that frontal part that you're developing when you're doing your tibial raises. And then this last clip is basically showing you with 20 pounds on each side. Again, you don't have to go super heavy, but doing this properly will help you prevent injuries. And that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for watching the gym vlog. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.